They bout to look at the shit that I'm on, why don't we get in topic? Crew looking like Pentatonics, locked in, recording in tropics. In the East Bay 3, big Bronzy B, way good, he working on optics. Thought biz while smoking exotics, we lit, never thought about it. Just live out the look at the shit that I'm on, why don't we get in topics? Sitting way back, all black, I'm talking, feeling like Shaq, I weigh my options. In the East Bay 3, big Bronzy B, way good, he working on optics. Thought biz while smoking exotics, it's saucy, all the projects, it's saucy.
What is up, what is up, what is up? RCR Presents, MSD Sports, and we back at it on episode 18. My name is Sam, also known as YBK, and we got Mikey, and we got Camden. And let's go, Mikey, introduce yourself, Mikey, introduce yourself.
Yes, sir, you know what to do. It's your boy, Michael John, coming to you from 02135, Beantown. We sending some windy vibes out there. 30-mile-per-hour winds here blowing me. I flew home from work today, so I need some warm vibes from my homies out in the West Coast. Bring it on in.
Oh my God, Camden, what is up?
What's going on, fam? What's going on, boys? It's you, the boy, Camden Lee, a.k.a. Mr. Club Paradise. You already know what it is. I'm in the 90250. Boy, it's about 7 degrees yesterday. I ain't going front. It was nice. I was out. I went to the Griffin Observatory, saw some people, seen the stars. It was chilling. Had some people from out of town, so you know what it is. But I'm glad to be with the greatest trio ever assembled, MSD Sports. You know what it is. We got a big night tonight. A lot going down. YBK.
Yes,
what's popping, baby? What's going down tonight? What we doing?
Yes, sir. I'm so sorry, Mikey, about them 30-mile-per-hour winds right there in the East Coast chills in Boston. You know, me and David here in LA, we got some nice weather, nice sports weather. I was in the pool the other day. But yes, episode 18, we got a lot to talk about. In the agenda for today, we back in the MLB hot stove. A lot has happened here. MLB spring training. And then we're going to talk about the NBA All-Star games and festives that happened last weekend. Our reactions, our reviews, who do we think the winners and losers. We also got 27-28 games left in the NBA. You know, we got them spicy MVP talks, playoff chases, and we're going to wrap it up with some nice NFL. We missed it already, right? NFL trade rumors. And let's get it started off with the GM Sam and the MLB update.
GM Sam in the building,
And I mean, Mikey, your wish has been granted. Your wish has been granted. Two-time All-Star, two-time World Series champion, All-MLB second team, 1 Gold Glove Award in 2024, and you got paired with that Silver Slugger Award. Mr. Alex Bregman signs with the Boston Red Sox, everybody. Breaking news. Congratulations. This man signs a 3-year, $120 million contract with the Red Sox. And this is a little bit of deferred money here, but still, you guys got what you guys wanted, and let's talk about it. Mikey, how do you feel?
They needed to do something. They needed to get a big name. $20 million for Walker Buehler was not it. And I like a lot of left-handed relief pitchers in that bullpen. So I like the idea, and it makes sense with the coaching and with the management we have. Being a left-handed relief pitcher himself, our homie up in there. But this is what we needed, a big name. And I know Devers already said, I'm a third baseman. I want to play third base. Let the drama sizzle. You brought in a former MVP candidate. You brought in someone who knows how to win. And he said he's ready to play second base. So we cool. We coolin'.
Yes.
Let's go. That's what we needed. We needed like a big name, a superstar.
You got it.
Boston, bro.
You got
Boston
it.
Red Sox, man.
David, talk to us. How do you feel about this?
Listen. You know, here at the MSD crew, you know what I'm saying? The MSD family, we're big on speaking things into existence. You know what I'm saying? You got to see it. You got to believe it. And I got to shout out to my boy, Michael John, because my man was talking, bring Bregman to the Sox probably for the last couple months, probably about the last 3 months, maybe since the start we've been talking about MLB. And I just think this is a wonderful signing for the Sox. At the end of the day, we needed a big name. We needed a big bat. And I think coming off of that Golden Glove Award in 2024, I think I smell another Silver Slugger Award coming in 2025. So I'm excited. I am, you know what I mean. I am a little concerned with Devers kind of coming out being like, listen. I'm a third baseman. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what you heard. I don't know what you thought. Just it might bring a little drama. But I think Bregman said, "Listen, I'm a respect. I'm gonna respect where the boys at. I'm gonna do what I gotta do. I'm gonna play nice. I'm gonna play second base. Hey, it's gonna be easier for me. I can focus on hitting because my defensive game, I ain't gonna have to worry about it too much. Listen, we acting like these Dodgers with this deferred money. We should have been doing this joint a long time ago, because now we can load up and get some peoples to make something happen. So, shout out to my boy Michael John. Shout out to the MSD crew. We love this signing. I love this signing. Shout out to the Sox. And my real biggest question is, YBK,
Yes, sir.
do we feel as though with this signing that the Sox are second in the AL East? Is this are they number two, or you know what I mean, or do you feel like they're 1B? You know what I'm saying? Talk to me.
I feel like as a Yankee fan, we don't like the Red Sox here. We don't like the Red Sox nation. But mutual respect, right? But yeah, I totally agree. I don't think. I mean, if this team kind of meshes up nice, Trevor Story's giving you a full season. Devers always giving you that nice, consistent bat. And you add Alex Bregman, and if Yoshida too is healthy, I feel like this team can be a great 1B team. And I feel like this team is dangerous. Y'all did a lot of off-season moves, and y'all really showed that AL East, we ain't joking around here. We're here for some damage, and we got some starting pitching help. We got Crochet, we got Bueller, we got. I'm surprised in the rotation. MLB stated 2 days ago, the lefty from the Angels is not listed here, but yeah, even with the bullpen help too, with Chapman as well, you guys are trying to add on all cylinders here. So I feel like Red Sox are coming on a 1B team. But I also want to talk about your outfielders here, Wilyer, Abreu, and Rafaela. Them two I saw recently. They're pretty on the same trajectory, kind of. They're coming off 2023 as rookies. 2024 last year, they had the opportunity to actually play 100-plus games here, and they did all right. It's not like, it wasn't like a nice eye-popping stat here, but, they're still growing. And, of course, you have Jarren Duran in the left field, so he can, he's also young, but he's good. So I feel like with them two, if they can develop here, I want to talk about them too, guys. Like, what do you guys feel like? How do you guys feel about Abreu and Rafaela in the outfield?
Well, you got to let the youngins learn from people who know how to swing the thing in from the professionals, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like the Red Sox are trying to keep up with the big bats. Like, it does feel like, in a way, we didn't really come home on the best pitchers necessarily. I will say Crochet is a great signing, right? Left-handed ace.
Oh yeah.
He had like a 3.5 ERA last year, which is solid. His record does not indicate as how well he pitched because he was playing for the White Sox, and it was just a bad year, right? He pitched like 150 innings and only had about 65 earned runs, if I read correct, if I remember what I read correctly.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like really we got to focus on the big bats, and hopefully you let the outfield just, get some base hits, get on base maybe when you're having a cold night from the top heavy 1 through 4 spot in our lineup. Because if you look at our 5 and 6 spot, what we're projecting, like Trevor Story and Yoshida, it's not bad for middle lineup.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I feel like you don't really want to put pressure on Abreu and Rafaela, and I feel like this perfect signing to bring Bregman in, because we needed one more solid bat to kind of round out the 1 through 4 spot here. So I'm liking it. I'm liking their chances at growing this year and developing a little bit more.
Yeah. Yeah, one thing that I am a little bit concerned about, and I think with this Bregman signing really was a true indicator, was about the outfield. I think having this younger crew in the outfield, the way that Fenway plays, if you guys aren't familiar, there's some short parts, there's some longer parts, there's a wall. You got to worry about the kickback, you got to worry about the wind. There's a lot of different aspects of playing Fenway Park. It's an old ballpark. So having these younger stars or younger players kind of coming in and being developed through the system at with the Red Sox. I think that's my only concern. So I think shoring up that infield really was to make sure, okay, listen, no easy runs are gonna get through. No problem, no errors are gonna lose us a game. If the outfielder, you know what I mean, makes a mistake, they know, okay, they can get it to the infield and they'll make a key decision. So, baseball is all about decisions. It's all about inches. So I'm hoping that with Bregman, a big bat with experience, kind of brings home a more unison situation with these younger guys with Boston. So I'm excited. I'm excited. You know what I mean? Will they have enough experience in the playoffs? I don't know, but I am definitely excited for right now, especially in the early parts of the season.
I do wanna mention about that 5-6 hole on that Trevor Story Masataka Yoshida. We're coming off Trevor Story. I mean, he's injury prone right now from ever since getting to the Red Sox. He got into the Red Sox. He played 94 games, very low. Next season 43, and then last year only played 26. If he can give that one of the Rockies seasons he had to y'all in that season, if that can click with what you said, Mikey, with the big hitters, with Bregman, with Devers, with Duran, and I feel like that'll be great. I know Yoshida, I mean, he's young. Y'all just got him 2 years ago. He was Rookie of the Year, 6th place his first year here. So I feel like that potential is there. So the Red Sox seem very scary, and yeah, that 1B, look out for that 1B. They can take that AL East, I feel like, in my opinion.
I'm going to tell you one stat important about this Bregman signing, right? Out of 98 plate appearances in 21 career games at Fenway Park, if for all batters ever in Fenway Park with a minimum of 75 plate appearances, Alex Bregman ranks number 1 all time for OPS.
Wow.
1240. So
wait, his OPS is 1.2?
1.24
in Fenway.
Yes. Yep.
Oh my God.
So
he's comfortable.
Yeah.
He's comfortable.
Yeah. 30 for 80 in 21 games.
Holy, I didn't know he was a 1.2.
Not bad. Not bad at all, which is crazy. But now he's going to get to play a full, you're going to get 81 in one season. So we'll see. You know what I mean? But I think it fares well for him. Last year, he went 7 for 15 in Fenway, 2 home runs, 2 doubles, 4 ribbies in the 3-game series.
Yeah.
Let's see. I mean, David, you talked about like fielding the at Fenway, but hitting too is important, and some people fare better than others, and that's a good sign for us.
I feel like y'all gonna see a lot of bombs over at that green monster, that Alex Bregman.
Yeah,
man, that's scary.
I'll still take Yankees to win the division, to be honest with you, but I think the Red Sox, like how we've been in that wild card level. I think this year we could punch that wild card.
I feel like better than last year.
100%, 1,000%.
Yeah. Because y'all were what, like 81 last year.
Yeah.
You guys were third in the AL East, but you're definitely above 500 for sure.
Yeah, we come in right behind the Orioles with that signing. We officially separate ourselves from Tampa Bay a little bit and come closer to Baltimore, I think.
Tampa Bay's in another world right now. They're rebuilding for sure. They're a mess over there.
Well, I mean, we won't get into this one tonight, but Wander Franco, you know what I mean, is like, I feel like emblematic of like the issues of like you have a young star and then you see the business that happens, and they ain't got money like that to, dig them out of a hole.
Nope.
So
right now they're paying Yankees to use their home field because they have to rebuild their home because of the hurricane. They have to worry. There's so many issues they have to worry about right now. So that team's in total
shambles. Listen. One team that I feel like just keeps coming hand over fist when it comes to these bricks and it comes to this money.
Oh, don't tell me.
The Los Angeles Dodgers. GM Sam, did you see that they re-signed Clayton Kershaw for a 1-year, $7.5 million deal?
Damn, oh damn. They did it again. And I mean, I feel like they're a squad where they know that starting pitching for them was an issue last year. And, of course, Clayton Kershaw is a beloved Dodger. MVP, Cy Young. He won a chip with him. He won last year. But Clayton Kershaw is old. He ain't the same. That curveball ain't the same curveball we saw in 2014, 2015.
Not at
But
all.
I feel like they're just giving with that. What'd you say, David? 7.5 million.
7.5.
Yeah, I feel like they're just giving him like a thank you slash like let's get it one more because I feel like because I thought he was gonna go to the Rangers where he's from. I
Finish out
thought
his
GM
career.
in my GM cap, I thought he was gonna go to the Rangers, but I feel like they're just trying to pad their starting rotation. I feel like Rangers didn't offer him 7.5. I
No.
think they offered him like a 3, 4. Like, hey, 1 year, that's it. But I feel like with the Dodgers too, it's like, oh, okay, bet, let's go, let's run it back. Cause now we're looking at they got Blake Snell now, guys. They got Yamamoto. They got Glass now. Shohei's gonna pitch, they say now. They got Sasaki recently. They got Gosselin coming back. They got Dustin May. They got Landon Knack, who did all right last season. That's already 8, and you add Clayton Kershaw as a 9. They're getting ready because they're just trying to be safe. I feel like, and I feel like I want y'all's opinion too. Like, what do you
Is he
guys think?
starting?
Yeah,
You don't think he's starting?
I don't think he's gonna go to the bullpen.
I
Like
mean,
this is actually, you know what? I got a good idea.
Okay.
He starts only at home because the boy is the best home pitcher of
That's a good
all
point.
time. Let me actually fact check this by ERA. By the standards of ERA, I think
Okay.
he's got the best ERA for any home pitcher.
it's a guaranteed salary too. He's making 7.5 milli, so it's a guaranteed just chilling. So he can.
Okay, this is the stat.
All right,
He
show
has
us.
the best home ERA for any pitcher ever with 1,000 inning pitches at home.
1,000.
So
Okay.
it's like I feel like it's like a nice deal to do for someone who's been with you that long because we're talking about since '08 he's been on the roster.
His whole lifetime.
You know, but his wins above replacement was negative last year for the first time in his career. And I know he's had a hard time staying healthy, but like 30 innings pitched, 15 earned runs.
Yeah, he only
like
had
4.5.
how many starts he had? 7 starts. Yeah.
Yeah, 2-2, 4.5 ERA. It's like you get in there, but we've seen dudes get old, right, and then come back because you still got
JV.
we've seen a few of these contracts already. We've seen a Verlander, we've seen a Scherzer.
Scherzer.
So let's see. Who knows? He's just 36 or 37, right? He's gonna be 37.
He's gonna be 37 this year.
I just feel like this is one of those things where if they win the chip, it's his way to get out. Because, you know what I mean, 7.5 milli, I feel like is, before he was commanding almost 20 plus. So the fact that he's making 7.5 is kind of like, hey, kind of like what GM Sam said. This is just, a nice sort of parting gift, nice little severance.
Mm-hmm.
But I do feel like this is insurance just in case Shohei doesn't pitch. Because I don't really see where I would insert Kershaw in the lineup on a consistent basis throughout the year. Kind of like what Mike was talking about. Like, I saw him pitch last year, played against the Angels, gave up a lot of runs. He didn't have his best stuff. Didn't look like he was throwing heaters. So, I don't know. I feel like this is a legacy signing or re-signing, but I feel like we could have put that money out somewhere.
I know that he got injured last year and only gave like that negative .3 WAR. But if you can give the Dodgers that 2023 season, I mean, like just 24 starts, 13-5, 2.46 ERA, you just replicate that. Maybe you can go even like a 3 ERA. I feel like that's a success with that contract, with that much money. They signed Clayton Kershaw for. I totally agree with you, David. This signing is just for if Shohei gets hurt. If God forbid, like even like Yamamoto gets down, or like Tyler Glass now, Blake Snell, one of the stars get down too, and I feel like they won't be worried with Kershaw kind of backing them up with that kind of back up in their rotation.
Just in case.
Yeah.
If you look too, last year, like their pitching leader for wins was 11, right? So it's like that's not even that crazy. Stone had 11 wins.
Stone.
It's like that's not even that crazy. So it's like you could pitch by committee. You know what I mean?
I feel like the Dodgers kind of offense their way in their regular season because Yamamoto went down, Tyler Glasnow went down, Shohei wasn't even pitching, Gavin Stone went down. All of them went down, and they really trusted their rookies and their prospects. And I feel like having Shohei, Mookie, Freddie, come on, Teoscar, they just carried the whole team to the playoffs. And that's when the starters came back during the playoffs, and that's when they succeeded. That's what I think.
Yeah. I don't think we can be scared of Kershaw, but I'd still be scared of the Dodgers.
Definitely.
For sure. 100%.
All right. I know it's very early, very early, but I want to go MLB World Series early prediction champion winner. I'll start it off here. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to go Los Angeles Dodgers are going to win the World Series freaking 2025. Oh my gosh, they're going to repeat this. Yep, that's my prediction. All right. Mikey. Mike. Oh, David, you want to go? All right, David, who we got?
I mean, listen, you already know they doing this fugaziness with the deferred contracts. I mean, how can they not win the World Series? I feel like it'd be a travesty. Now, as a Boston Red Sox fan, true and dear to my heart, I would love for the Sox to win. I feel like they got a chance to make it at least to the AL Championship.
Ooh.
However, when you got guys playing this big money game, you gotta go with the big money. I'm gonna take the Los Angeles Dodgers 2025. But they might be playing my Sox. If they play my Sox, it might be a little situation. But
They don't want to see the Sox in the World Series. It's done if they see the Sox in the World Series again. Y'all know what happened last time.
They lost to them, didn't they? Didn't the Sox beat the Dodgers in their most recent World Series?
First year I moved to Los Angeles, my coworkers were devastated. They were devastated. They were like, "Why the Red Sox?" They were, no, I can't believe this. I'm like, you better believe it. I'm gonna switch it up just because I feel like it's. If I was a betting man, I would put LA Dodgers as the best betting odds.
Yeah.
But I mean, they had 98 wins last year. They won in the playoffs. It's not like they had like an overwhelmingly crazy regular season. Let's see what happens. Let's see if Shohei can still be big money Shohei if he has to pitch that thing, because him putting up that season was a big reason. I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna tell y'all that I think I will still take the National League, but I'm gonna say the Braves. I'll take the Braves for now.
Wow.
Just because they was there just a couple years ago, right?
Yep.
They was just there a couple years ago, and if you look at their roster, like Chris Sale looks to be
Triple
back
Crown.
he looks to be back in Chris Sale form.
Acuna.
You know what I'm saying? You still have, after Shohei Ohtani, who am I thinking about out the NL? I'm thinking about Ronald Acuna, right? So, and I just feel like that team is ready to just, you know what I mean? Like, they've been there and they're ready to prove a little bit about what's goody. So, what's his name? Strider as well? Is that who?
Spencer Strider. Yep, he went down early last season.
Yes.
Starting pitcher.
So
you add him and Chris Sale. Ooh, that 1-2 punch is crazy. You're right.
Yeah, Ozuna as well.
Yep.
Matt Olson, Austin Riley. They do have a lot of good names. Sorry, I'm like looking. I had to real quickly remind myself.
Ozzy Albies.
Jared Kelenic too. Nice. He's solid. Yeah, I feel like I'm gonna go just for now. Like we on these really early predictions. I want to see how my Red Sox look a month into the season, and we'll come and talk too as well.
Yeah, this is very early. You know, we can always switch. We know when it's happening. You know, but yeah, definitely. I like that. But yeah, I mean, what is it? Spring training. Pitchers and catchers already have met. So basically by the 18th, by tomorrow, as we're recording right now, February 17th, but as of February 18th, the whole MLB full squad has been reported, and we are back to the MLB season, everybody. We have our first spring training game, Cubs-Dodgers, February 20th. That's in 3 days, guys. So we're getting right to action, and it's already back, and, you know, new signings, shocking signings here. And, you know, little drama. Did you guys see that drama with that judge where Soto was like, oh, when he first signed with the Mets, he was like, oh, you know, I joined with the best place to win. And Aaron Judge goes, I don't think so. I don't think that's the best place to win. So already, guys, we're getting that drama going. So, I mean, MLB is already starting with a bang, guys. Let's get it. All these players have been signed, so let's get it. I'm so ready. I'm so ready for the 2025 season, guys.
Yeah, we call that the Jared series.
The Jared series.
The Subway series.
Eat fresh, everybody.
Well, I'm excited for some MLB, but I know we had a nice conversation, and I'd love to jump into get your thoughts about this past weekend, because I feel like this has been the talk of the town when we come to NBA. because NBA All-Star Weekend used to be something I feel like I was excited for. I felt like people came to play and show out,
Yeah.
and it was a lot of lobs and like dunking, but there was also a sense of competitiveness. And I want to get y'all take, like, we're gonna talk about all these awesome activities that they run in and these little, all these glitzy games that they be playing, and then we'll get to the All-Star game to
Okay.
talk about everyone's overall feelings right now
like
because. I feel like there's a lot to break down with the NBA All-Star game. I think it goes deeper than just the competitions. But we will start with the NBA skills competition, y'all, where, as expected, for my part there, Donovan Mitchell and Evan Mobley came through. Y'all, this actually, of all the competitions, I feel like does add, like, it's fun to me. I will say the NBA skills competition is something that's fun to me. What did y'all take? Did y'all see it for one? And two, what did y'all think about Chris Paul and
the
Wemby's run with their little? Were they trying too hard to game the system, or did you like the fact that they was trying to be like competitive and actually win something?
Wait, what was the reason why they got DQ'd?
These mugs didn't put up shots, so you need to put up when you're at the ball thing, when you get it, like on those certain stations, you need to actually like try to put up
shoot the
jump
ball.
shots.
Yeah.
Right.
They just threw it.
They were just dang, 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 dang. They were just tossing it. It was like one of the little mini, the mini free throw joints that you do at the arcade when you're at Dave and Buster's.
Yeah.
It's like one of those. They was just they didn't even care. They were just tossing that joint.
Oh, I didn't know. I didn't watch the skills challenge, but wow, that's so funny.
I think two things. I think being my picks, I was devastated because I was like, boys, why y'all doing some fugaziness?
Oh my god.
But two, I thought it was cool because you're bringing eyes to the NBA. And I think we'll talk about this a little later in terms of where the NBA is at and what we feel about where the NBA is, especially over this weekend. But it was a great headline situation. I watched a little glimpse of it just to kind of see what people were doing. But when I was looking on social media, it was running the joint. So I think that was cool. You know what I mean? But yeah, but other than that, I think it was just seeing. I think it's a meme. Seeing the official, the CEO, the NBA come over and talk to them after. I think it was kind of. And then Victor saying, "Oh, I cleared it with the NBA before. I told him I wasn't gonna really shoot." And I think they meant he wasn't really gonna make the shots, but.
In fairness, even the other players was saying, like, I watched them walk around the court and ask all the referees, like, what's the rule on the shots? Because, like, yeah, like, I like the fact that they got DQ'd because it's like, if the integrity of the game is you need to try to hit one of the shots, right? If you hit your first shot, you move to the next bucket of balls, right? Like, top of the key shot, corner three. You got to at least try to hit one. And if you genuinely miss all three, then you miss all three and you move up. Like, at least just get the shots off fast. Because you could still do that same sort of technique, but just get the shots off fast. Right? So
Hit the rim at least.
Yeah. I don't know why they had Draymond Green and Moses Moody out there. I'm sorry. Like, they just
Did they get Steph?
They just needed Draymond to be involved somehow because they need some sort of, like, something entertaining. And they thought maybe he was going to kick Wemby in the nuts or something. I don't know.
I didn't understand this Moody one. I think it was because of the fact that it was an Oracle. You know what I mean?
Yep, San Francisco.
True.
Chase Center.
Sorry, Chase Center. Sorry, not Oracle no more. Chase Center. I think due to the fact that it was at the Chase Center, they had to have some homegrown peoples in the building. Too Short performed, Sweetie performed, all these other mugs were performing. So I think it was like, hey, listen, you from the Bay, we'll put you on. But listen, them old knees on Draymond, it's getting a little wobbly. He started looking better behind the sports announcer desk than he does looking on the court these days. But you know what I'm saying? He's doing his thing. Shout out to his podcast too. He's doing his thing. You know what I'm saying?
Shout out to the podcast.
But yeah, I thought Chris Paul and Victor were gonna take it just to be the their last little winnings, but obviously Spider with his play, you know what I'm saying?
It's fun competition though. I like this one. I will say I like that they competed for it, and I like that Chris Paul that's his 6th time doing it, and he's never won it.
Oh,
so I think he wanted to try to actually win it, but what about the 3-point contest, y'all? We got to talk about the 3-point contest.
Yeah, definitely.
Sam, you tell me what's
definitely.
good.
I feel like
this one.
They had great names, right? We got Cade here. You got Dame going for a 3-peat. You got Brunson, Mo Brunson. You know what I'm saying? You got some cool names here. But my thing is, guys, they have to perform. It was so underwhelming. Like,
Oh my.
Buddy Hield scored 31 in the first round, I think. He went off. But all the rest, it was like under 20, something like that. These guys were not shooting. They were just chucking the ball. And I mean, like, chucking the ball. Like, I was just shocked. And by the time we go to the finals, it was just so low scoring. And I mean, guys, like, I remember, I guess we were just spoiled because of Steph days when Dame was, like, younger, I guess, like Steph Clay days, you know. How'd you guys feel? Like, I don't know. This was,
I mean,
yeah.
do you remember the days when you had the best 3-point shooters in the league all fighting against each other, and it was 29s, 28s, 27s, 26s?
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? I think for me, seeing this situation, I think there are shooters and then there are ball players. And I think you kind of get to see, okay, here are the dudes who could play ball. Like, they could get to their spot, shoot the rock, make that 9 times out of 10. You know what I'm saying? 19 out of 10, 18, or sorry, 19 out of 20. You know what I mean? 18 out of 20. But then I think with Buddy Hield and a couple of these other dudes, them boys are shooters. You put them anywhere on the court, they're gonna chuck it up. They might not necessarily be the best in a in a 5-on-5 setting, but you give them the ball,
Yeah.
you put it in the hoop, they can just make it work. So
That's
I
it.
wish-
That's it.
I wish they had a couple more of those. You feel me? And I think you know what I mean, with how long it took in terms like that, and a lot of hoopla in between. I think Muggs got cold. So, but yeah, yeah. Sorry, Mikey Jones, what you think?
No, think about like how 3-point shooting used to be. Like it was a specialty. And
Yep.
now 3-point shooting is a necessity. So it felt like when I was younger, like the youngest I can remember watching a 3-point shootout was like Antoine Walker was shooting for the Celtics, and then Paul Pierce. Like that's from when I was a kid. And when I seen them there, it's like, oh, it meant like I have a really good 3-point shooter on my team if I have someone who makes it to the 3-point contest. It means like you really have like a good 3-point shooter on your team. Now it feels like it's just everyone be shooting threes because the game has changed. Not to say that some of them ain't high tier, high quality shooters, but Buddy Hield put up 31, but can't shoot off the pass or off his own dribble this after the first month of the season this year. So like me watching him drain those was like cool, but like I felt like there was something like it felt weird. And then it's Tyler Hero who wins, where you're like, okay, let the white boy come in and do that. Like they let him really come in. He said, I'm about to, you know what he said, my boy Tyler playing South Beach. He told me this summer he's gonna fix my jumper. Like fix my jumper. If he can shoot like that, my guy, like listen, he earned it. And I feel like he actually came with an intensity to All-Star weekend, right? And I'll bring up this idea again later about the All-Star game itself. And why I feel like I don't really like the way it's structured, because the intensity and the sense of competition, it feels like it's too fun in the NBA 3-point contest. Larry Bird famously walked in and he said, he looked around and he was like, yo, who wants to get second place? Which one of y'all wants to get second place? Because I'm winning the 3-point competition tonight. And it was like, let's go. Then let's fucking go. Like
Wow,
that was a thing. So,
look at that era.
yeah,
That's
I just
so
feel like that's like it ain't the same, right? It don't feel the same.
No, listen, remember the Pages, Stojakovic's, the Robert
Yes.
Orrs, like dudes that you knew like in a pinch, life or death, your mama on the you know what I'm saying, with the gun to her head, them boys was gonna make that joint. So it was nice to see Tyler Hero with all the Jimmy Butler situations and all the Miami, spew over the last couple of weeks. But yeah, man, y'all let the white boy come in and beat y'all from South Beach. Y'all ain't want it like that.
Dame was not juiced up.
Nah.
Dame
Do they
didn't
need
look.
more money? Do they need more money? Do you need to get $1 million? If you get $1 million to win, like
They just get the award. They got that trophy. They got that trophy.
when we was in the you know what I'm saying, back in the day when we was young, when we was diapers and toddlers, I remember, and even as a young, you know what I'm saying, adolescent, teenager, I remember being super glued to the 3-point contest.
Yep.
I remember there was nothing else imaginable than seeing the best shooters in the world put that thing on the rock. But
No.
hey, same kind of thing with our next joint. You already know what it is. Matt McClung came in the building for another time. The Chiefs couldn't do it, but Matt McClung could. You feel me? Matt McClung three-peated in this mug, repping the Orlando Magic G League. My boy Matt came in the building, three-peated on the dunk contest.
Ooh.
Now, I think Stephen Castle looked all right. I wasn't too disappointed.
Facts.
Looked decent. I was like, okay. I felt like it was starting to ramp up. But I feel like they need to put more money on the flow for these fools because I feel like it's just not enough. Especially when you see Matt McClung jumping over cars and joint to make that joint pop. And Mike, you talk to me.
Stop taking the youngins, bro. They gotta stop taking the youngins. They gotta someone's gotta step up. You saw Ja tweeted after yo at Zach LaVine at Aaron Gordon. Was good, y'all. We might need to.
And then,
bro, put Ja in there.
And then you know what happened, right? So Ja was like, Mac might make me decide to dunk, and then he goes, then what you said, he adds Zach and AG, and then moments later, Giannis goes, if you do it, I'll do it, 100% emoji. So imagine those four in that dunk contest.
That's what we need.
Ooh!
That's the energy we need. Because in my opinion, actually, David, like you said, I think Stephon Castle's little behind the backwards joint was pretty tough. I just felt like it was coronated for Mac McClung to have this. I'm not going to lie. Because I felt like, not to say he's not the nastiest dunker, because the dude is the nastiest dunker, but I felt like it was all, everything was already preordained, it felt like to me. He's just giving him the trophy, the judges is already looking at him on a different tier, right? Because I feel like when you have more competition, like when Aaron Gordon lost to Derek Jones, right?
Oh, yeah.
Not the Zach LaVine one, but remember they gave Aaron Gordon some 48s and 49s on certain dunks because they started hitting crazy dunks on each other. It's y'all really need to. It changes the rubric for scoring when everyone's putting down crazy dunks. So they need to listen, respect to Matas Buzelis, right? But
come on.
I want to see Ja and Mac McClung and Giannis and Zach LaVine, Aaron Gordon. I want to see them try to bring that home because I'm not saying we're gonna have a Michael Jordan and Dominique Wilkins again, but let's come on. We need a little bit more sense of competition with this.
NBA got making a lot of money. Put $1 million on the dunk contest. Listen, and match it with charity. $1 million goes to the winner and $1 million goes to charity. And have some of these real dudes just come out in the building and do something. Because these lackluster stars, these G League players, don't get me wrong. Shout out to Matt McClung. You've been doing your thing for the last couple of years. I ain't trying to knock you like that, but where are the stars? Yeah. I know it's not Dancing with the Stars, but where are the stars? Where are the people that's going to be like, wow, I really want to watch this. This is a physical specimen that I have to watch throughout the season. Not some random dude that's been on the bench all week that just comes out for All-Star Weekend for the dunk contest. That just doesn't make me feel like, bro, what's up?
Yeah.
I don't know. YBK, listen.
What's up?
I'm gonna ask you two questions.
Yeah.
One as a GM and one as a fan.
Okay.
Do you think as a GM, you want your players doing a dunk contest like that for so little money, right? Because they ain't getting paid big bricks. And do you think if they win, they should be popping an incentive into your contract? That's my first question.
Oh.
Should the dunk contest or the 3-point contest or even the skills contest be part of your max contracts? If you win something like that, you get an extra 20, 30 million on your check so that you can do it year to year. Would you add that as an incentive as a GM, or do you feel like it's too risky?
I feel like as a GM, I wouldn't add that to the contract, but I would tell them you are 100% able to fully participate in all All-Star activities. Like, if you are called to go and you're invited to go. We ain't gonna stop you. But if you win the award, I feel like that's the NBA's responsibility to have that to the player and to the fans. We'll, as a team, we'll allow you to go, but we ain't gonna give you a extra this many mil if you win the 3-point or something, or the dunk contest or the MVP or something.
Okay. Now,
like,
as a fan,
yeah.
would like the NBA to give about 5 milli, 10 milli to a brother if they win the dunk contest or the 3-point contest? Or three.
Yes. Yes, but like maybe not like 5, 10, because we saw the NBA Cup. It's gonna be like, I know they're paying like 13 players like 500,000,
Right.
so I'll maybe say like 3 to 5 mil
Right.
range.
Okay.
Pay that one player the winner, or play for something, and bring
Maybe a
that hype.
contract incentive. Maybe like how if you make like an all NBA team, you qualify
Also,
for
you
like a higher
part of the
tiered contract.
contract.
Maybe like
Yeah.
if you're an all-star distinction, like an all-star distinction earns you
I think they already
you
have
can
that.
get
I
you can
think.
get an extra 3 milli per year type thing. Because
Saying
you
if
know
you
what I
win,
mean?
if you win a dunk contest or something.
Like
if,
yeah, like you qualify for a slightly bigger contract or something. Because I feel like 1 mil might not be enough. Because people is like, well, one night or one weekend, like I'm not gonna go hard in a game just to compromise. You know what I mean? Because you could
yeah,
see why
yeah,
Mac McClung would, because he is a G leaguer, right? He's
yeah.
not in the NBA, so maybe he'll put his body on the line to do a spinning dunk or grab a ball out someone's hands, jumping over a car.
Mm.
You know what I mean?
I think he made like 700 or like maybe a little less than that, and he makes like 100 for his G League contract. So that's what I'm saying. Like, if I
Mm.
feel like if they amped it up, where it's like, hey, either it's like, oh, based on incentives or not incentives, but like Mike, you was talking about, we both were talking about like, oh, added to your check. You know what I'm saying, for incentives, like a little extra little star, like an asterisk or something, or the NBA chuck up some bread. Because guys, I mean, did you see last night's NBA All-Star game? Because I just feel as though if they put some more money on the heads, we'd have a little bit more entertaining situation. Like, how do we feel? I feel like there was more entertainment, and I saw more Kevin Hart speaking than I thought I saw actual
Facts.
basketball. Shout out to Kevin, but I'm just saying I didn't know it was the Kevin Hart special feature in the NBA. I thought it was the NBA featuring Kevin Hart.
Oh my
The All-Star
gosh.
format is in shambles. Like I thought, I will say I was wrong because coming into it on our last episode, I was saying I like that they're doing something new and trying to inject some life into it. I was completely and utterly wrong. Like this
Hmm.
was a mess. I mean, you tell me YBK, because YBK, I feel like you are an entertainment guru. Like you understand like the value of like big money, big game, box office. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
you tell me, was that what it was advertised to be?
No. The hype was way too up here, and then the actual was legit the floor. Um, I mean, I saw something online where the All Star game, those 3 games all together was just 42 minutes, guys.
Mm.
Just the basketball game itself, and like what you said, David, there was so much more of the pregame, of the pregame interview, like the Kevin Hart like talking to Shaq, joking around. That was more of that, and I feel like they tried so hard, and they, like what you said, Mikey, too. They just flopped so hard too, and I feel like even the performance of play with these games, like they weren't as competitive at all. And I guess like the only thing I feel like in this All Star game was the OGs versus the Rising Stars, where the Rising Stars almost had a chance to beat the OGs, but that was it. Like that was only like the excitement, I guess, in terms of entertainment. And even the final game was just overflopped in general. 11-0 start. It was just like, I don't know. Out of 10, I give it like a 3. It was so bad. It was so bad. And as a fan, I was so disappointed. I was so disappointed, guys.
How much of a factor do you feel as though LeBron James
Mm.
out about 2 hours or 90 minutes before game time really made a factor into these games? Because he was going for 21, but unfortunately he only made it to 20. You know what I'm saying? 20 out of 21 ain't bad, but he's trying to get to 21. But yeah, I mean, how do we feel about LeBron just kind of not being there? Do you think it just kind of put a damper on the whole day? I mean, we knew he wasn't playing 2 weeks ago. I knew he wasn't playing when he said he got injured. I don't know. I don't know why they even thought he was playing. That don't make no sense to me.
I feel like it was. I feel like it wasn't good. It wasn't good luck in terms of. There's a few questions here in terms of I think you just answered my question, David. Did LeBron himself know, like, even like 3 days before the All Star? Because, like, there's pre-production going on in terms of like all-star lineup like announcement, right? Like your whole name comes up in the scoreboard. It's a whole thing just for that player. So like they're setting it up. Maybe like a week prior, like maybe like 5 days prior. Like if LeBron knew a week before, he could have definitely told the NBA, "Hey, I'm not gonna play." And this is where it comes to the fact of I feel really bad for the All-Star snubs we talked about a few episodes before with like the LaMelo, the Tyrese Maxey, the Devin Booker, the Sabonis. Like if LeBron maybe announced that a week ago, he could have maybe slotted himself off, and one of those people who deserve an All-Star spot can be in that spot. That's how I feel. Yeah.
He could have done a Giannis. Giannis did that.
Yeah.
That's what Giannis did. That's why Giannis was on the court when his team played, but Trae Young was playing.
Yep.
Because he said, I'm not playing, my ankle's hurt, I'm not playing. And it's like, I don't want to, I can't like say that he knew he wasn't going to play because it's not what he said, but I feel like we all are kind of like from outside looking in a little bit like, Sabonis gets done dirty like this yet another year, and you got like someone that you feel like really deserves to be there. It just sucks that like the King ain't playing in the All-Star game, and then the All-Star game format is as trash as it is in the sense of like captivating. It's like the opposite. And then you know that Maxey's sitting at home playing his ass off this year, but you know what I mean? Or Sabonis, like a good guy sitting at home playing his ass off this year, and it's like it just feel like it's not a good look for All-Star. And this is what it's going to look like. LeBron ain't going to be there. Like NBA, like he ain't going to be there that much longer. He probably play one more year, I'm guessing, but he ain't going to be there that much longer. Look, can I ask y'all a question regarding the games itself?
Yeah,
I want to go to the games itself. What did you think about this format of like there's a break at like they took a break at what? You hit 15 points and then at 30 points there's a break? There's a short break,
timeout.
You can do subs type thing. Like what is this format to me was dumb. Only to 40 as well. I felt like it was there was something off with the pace of the game.
I felt as though, listen, I like the shortness, right? Because it gives you a goal. Because before it used to be 130 or you had to have this many points, separation, whatever, and things like that. And I felt like it just kind of dragged out the game. And I think that's what the NBA didn't want. So they said, okay, let's think of something that's a little bit more high-paced, a little bit more, possession by possession type game. Unfortunately, you're not paying me enough this ain't the NBA Finals. Like, there's only a handful of guys who play in that type of environment where you're playing possession by possession and you're playing a game where you really want to be entertaining. This ain't college. And so I think the NBA was trying to say, oh, let's try to make a little college game. 2, we don't take breaks. When you play 5-on-5 at the LA Fitness or at the YMCA or whatever gym that you subscribe to, it's to 11, straight up to 11. If your man's gets hurt and has to yak on the side of the joint by the trash can, he got to yak and get his behind back in the game. If you got to make a quick sub, you call a quick timeout, boom, you get 3 timeouts or whatever you want to call it. You get another dude in. But, yeah, I felt as though, like, YBK and I was saying, the entertainment took over the actual basketball. And even the players were talking about, listen, like, I don't like these breaks. It's not good on my body. The old players were like, yeah, no problem, because we understand, like, in Olympic play, it's the same kind of situation. But, yeah, I mean, for me, you should have played to 30. First one to 30, no breaks. That's what I would have done. No, you get maybe one time.
Yeah, but you know what the problem is with that, though, is that all these people are dying to make an all-star team, and then you don't get to play because if it's just play straight to 30,
the second unit don't even have a chance.
Exactly. That's the issue for me. Like how these dudes are getting their first all-star bids. Like Tyler Hero gets his first all-star bid, and then you play for a few minutes, you get subbed out, and then your team loses, you're done. You don't like. That's the difference in like playing a full. Even if they wanted to go. Like, that's not a bad idea. You mentioned, like, Olympic style, right? What if they did it like you do 10-minute It's 10
Two
minutes.
quarters, 10 minutes,
10 minutes.
Oh, like it's like you could
and
do
get rid
or
of the
like
festives in the middle.
or
Get rid of
college
some
style, like you're saying, bro, like two halves.
yeah, two
Because like
yeah,
for me, the other format, bro, when they was doing the Kobe format, right? It
yep.
was you got to score
24 in the
in the
fourth.
fourth,
Yeah,
though, after the fourth
yeah,
quarter
and then
starts.
you
So
win.
the first three quarters is just regular quarters, and then it's score 24.
Yeah,
That's fine to me because it's like there's a symbolism and like an actual impactful meaning to it.
yeah.
I just felt like they was trying too hard also to like they wanted the OGs to win. They're trying to milk the star power of the big stars in the NBA, and they
Mm,
acknowledge like LeBron James and Steph Curry's getting older. Because
yeah.
I watched it, bro, and I'm not sure why Jason Tatum isn't All-Star MVP again. Like
Right, right, right.
I'm not sure if it's just because Curry's more popular worldwide, so that's it,
And they
right?
played at his home, so
Because
basically just gave it to him.
in my opinion, I felt like Tatum was the better. If you look at both games, like yeah, Curry scored I think one more bucket than him in that first game that they won, but Tatum was the better player, bro.
Definitely.
I mean, I felt like Tatum got maybe it's because I'm from Boston and I'm a Celtics fan, right? I just felt like they did my boy a little dirty, bro.
Like right here on the NBA All-Star game, I pulled it up here. Like a quick rundown. Intro 30 minutes. Pre-game talk 10 minutes. Game 1, Kenny vs. Chuck 12 minutes. And then it was Mr. Beast challenge 5 minutes. Game 2, Shaq vs. Rising Star 16 minutes. And then music performance 6 minutes, and then inside the NBA tribute 9 minutes, where they kind of retire off the TNT
Yeah.
crew with Shaq and everybody. And then game 3, 14 minutes. Post game 6 minutes. Analyst segments were 22 minutes in total, and we had 80 minutes in total of ads, guys. And that was a 3-hour segment of the NBA All-Star game. And
That's
42
ridiculous.
minutes were played only in NBA.
That's
Yeah,
ridiculous.
That's
they're making their money off
crazy.
ad revenue. I was laughing at that Mr. Beast moment
yeah.
because
Yeah.
he was kind of getting a little awkward because he's a little awkward himself, which I like the aesthetic.
Yeah.
But I swear the most lit I got on anything was I'm like, yo, Dame's missing these shots.
Yo,
He's purposely back rimming.
He's trying to
He's
give
like,
that
"No,
boy that
bro,
money, that 100,000.
Shoot. I'm like, kid, come on, hit
Please.
it. When he hit the shot, I was like, ah. Like,
Yo, the
I
celebration
finally
was
like,
crazy.
yeah,
Everybody, Shaq and Chuck, everybody was lit.
that was the most lit I got the whole night for sure.
I agree.
Listen, 100K for a quick shot. Listen, we love that. We love that. I mean, guys, I think one thing I need you guys to understand, MSD crew, MSD Sports, MSD family, the NBA is in shambles right now. It's dying. It's not, it might not look like that in terms of, oh, I'm seeing them on TV. I'm seeing it like that. But they ain't got no stars. Like Michael Jordan was talking about, Jason Tatum could be the face of the NBA. The reason why he's not outspoken. He's not trying to do too much. He stays out of the limelight. He got a baby mama that won a Grammy. Let him know. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of things that the boy Tatum just like, listen, I'm about my money, I'm about my ball, about my son. I'm not trying to be the face of the NBA. It don't help me to focus when I'm really trying to do it in game time situation. I learned that in the last finals. So we need to figure out, and the NBA needs to figure out, and we're going to do our best to talk about it and keep it pushing. How can we create new stars that we can fall in love with? What moments are there going to be like? Is it going to be great commercials? You know what I'm saying? Is it going to be great storylines? Is it going to be more different teams winning championships? Because like Michael Jordan was saying, LeBron and Steph are leaving. In the next 3 to 4 years, you ain't gonna see them playing no more. You might see them talking on the sidelines, shooting a joint, but you're not gonna see them playing. Who is gonna step up? And I think if the NBA does a little 5-on-5 format for this All-Star game, so a lot of these guys might be able to sneak in and play in and maybe do something for their name and like, hey, we're a 5-on-5 winning All-Star team. Maybe that might be the new wave. I don't know.
You think that the concern is that it's all international players, and so they're trying to milk Steph a little bit more for like a domestic player because you want to have an American? Because that's a big part of the conversation, like Wemby's star power, right? all the
Luka.
players on, if you look at like the best teams, the Cavs, Donovan Mitchell, also a foreign transplant. He was on the world team. You know what I mean? He's
Yep.
not, you think of him here,
Shea,
but Shea, Canadian, right?
Donovan,
Right?
Jokic,
Luca, Giannis. Like
Luka.
we're talking about like it's mostly an international game now. You know, I still think that there was a bit that was talking about like Shaq's like they ain't caught up quite yet, but Chuck's saying like the world has caught up. It's like, well, they've now they're here. I mean, I still feel like we look at USA as the preeminent basketball community, but basketball has grown immensely and they're gonna need to figure out what they're gonna do. I don't care. Let it be international players. I don't care. It's like let that be the people that represent the sport. I mean, whoever's the best should be the person who's celebrated for being the best, like UFC.
Facts.
It's like the champions aren't for all from America. Most of it's only one American champion left, and he's getting ready to retire too, John Jones. So it's like it is what it is.
And I think that if the NBA took more of the NHL situation in terms of, hey, like wherever you come from and you balling, like we're gonna be more about teams than we are about players. I think, you know what I mean, we'll talk about NHL when they get there a little later this year. But I think, you know what I mean, they really focus on the team aspect of their advertisement. But I think the NBA has always focused on, you know, a figurehead. You know, we had Jordan, we had Kobe, we got Braun, we got Steph. And I think we've been trying to find this figurehead for so long, and it's just been duds here and there. So I think if I was the NBA and YBK, I really want to know, because as the GM resident, you know what I'm saying, when it comes to making that money, you understand what's going on. Do you feel like investing in the best player for the NBA is the best long-term situation? Or do you feel like, hey, this is just a small blimp where we're dealing with these world players and we'll find another, you know, domestic NBA star that we can rally around at some point?
I wanna relate to what Mikey was saying and kind of like let's embrace these international players. I mean, we have Victor Wembanyama. I can't never say his name correctly. Wembanyama. He's an alien guy. He's an athletic freak. Like this guy is. You saw him in the All-Star game. You always see him in the regular season. Like let's embrace these international people and maybe like call them the face of the franchise. Like low key MLB, like they kind of embraced the Shohei Ohtani and kind of called him like the best in baseball now. All the power rankings, all the rankings, all the media is all on Shohei now. So I feel like even MLB have dropped to it's like in a similar situation. MLB was also in a period where they are in shambles. And I feel like with the help of WBC kind of ramped up, with the help of international stars and the help of the embracing the international stars like Shohei, embracing the Latino community of coming into the, you know, there's so many, the Latino community is huge in the MLB too, and I feel like we've embraced that with the Ronald Acuñas, with the Shohei Otanis, with the Tatis Juniors, like, you know, we also have the Mike Trouts and we also have that USA presence, but I feel like the NBA also should be in a kind of area of embracing that too and adding that, because I feel like if you add that, you know, you have so much marketing, so much potential in terms of your face of your sport. So that's what I think. Yeah.
Bring back the old All-Star game. That's how. That's my last thought.
Exactly. I want the East versus West, and I want them to wear their jersey, like their home jersey. Like I miss that. Like that's the classic, you know, Eastern versus Western All-Star game. You know, wear your jersey. Don't customize the All-Star game jersey. You know, just add that All-Star patch in your jersey. That's it.
That's lit.
Yeah.
What if we did World versus the USA with the same situation? You wear your jersey with a patch, but it's the World versus domestic boys. I'm just saying.
Like regular, not the rookies, like the regular NBA players too.
All NBA players. All NBA players.
Let's get it.
You in the NBA, you get to do your thing. You get to play the world, the top world players versus the top domestic players.
I'm down.
Might get waxed. They're saying the domestics might get smashed, but you know what I'm saying? It might be fun. Put a little incentive. You know what I'm saying?
We've seen the Olympics now. Like it's like competitive now. It's not like the '90s where Team USA wins by 45, like 50. You know, it's competitive now.
Might bring something. Do a little Netflix special. Let them know. Let them know.
I want to
Guys,
talk about the NBA season itself right now too,
Ooh,
as
yes,
we
sir.
put a capstone right now on the All-Star break. Obviously, it's like
Let's get
we're
it.
2/3 through the season essentially right now.
Pretty much.
Where do you, let's start with what our classic conversation has been going on for a few weeks, I think, right? I think we should take a look at the superstars because we're talking about superstars. I want to know what y'all thoughts. Listen, we could talk about everyone on the list, but I really want to say this is a two-man race at this point,
Oh,
right?
yeah.
For MVP this year with SGA and Jokic. What
100%.
Yep.
agreed?
Yep.
100%.
Agreed.
100%.
Okay, I think that this is interesting because I feel like most pundits, when I be hearing people talk about it, it's all SGA is getting respect as that number one, but do you guys really feel like it's SGA's to lose at this point? Because I feel like this is crazy. Like Sam, I thought you was a little crazy at one point with because I know it's not all stat based, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I think it's crazy that we're not saying that Jokic is like the hands down MVP yet again. I think it's a little crazy.
Because he's won so many of them. It be like that's the issue. You're dealing with two things. I think one, you're dealing with a veteran squad who knows how to play with Jokic, and when he's already won a couple, you know what I'm saying, you're like, listen, you need to find somebody else. I do believe SGA with this younger squad and really putting them on the map, especially in terms of the seeding, he deserves it. Now the stats, boy, don't tell you. You can't compete with the stats, dude. I think it's the same situation that we had in the NFL. The stats might look a certain way in terms of a certain player, but in terms of what another player does for their team, he might just supersede that just a smidgen. YBK, how we feeling? Do we think it's SGA's to lose, like Michael John was saying?
My opinion is always the same since episode 1. This man, Nikola Jokic, is averaging a triple-double, everybody. And I gotta tell you this, like, I don't know if our listeners and viewers here play fantasy basketball here, but if you see I don't know, leagues are all different in terms of, like, points and customization. But in our league, in our basketball fantasy league, Mr. Jokic is averaging 72 points per game in fantasy. And the second place is Shea, but he's averaging 58.3. Don't get me wrong, that 58.3 is great. Superstar level. But guys, this guy is averaging 72 points in a fantasy game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's two players.
And
right
I
there.
feel like that's MVP. Give it to him.
Okay, I want to break it down too, because you said, Camden, that Jokic is playing with like a team that he knows to play with. Like, he is the reason why his team is doing well. Like, he's playing with dudes who have been around for a hot minute that everyone wouldn't want to be like a number one, let alone a number two option on their team. Aaron Gordon, MPJ, right?
Jamal Murray.
Like, we talking about, like, you know what I'm saying?
Outcast.
Yeah, Jamal Murray is kind of coming back around. We seen it in the last game before All-Star because Jamal Murray dropped like a 55 on
Yes, he did.
someone. I forget who.
Portland.
Yeah, he dropped a 55 on their head. He was hitting everything. But it's crazy because if you look at the Thunder, bro, you have two All-Stars in the starting lineup because J-Dub is an All-Star. So let's not act like they don't have two All-Stars in their starting lineup. Plus, if Chet is healthy, Chet's an all-star too. So, like, for me, I'm looking at like, all right, a few months ago, if y'all told me when the Nuggets was hovering at the 7 and 6 spot in the standings, okay. But with the Nuggets on an 8-game winning streak and sitting at 36 and 19, a half a game out from second place, if the Nuggets end up at second place, I'm sorry. Like, you can't tell me that just because your team gets the first seed that's why you're going to win MVP. Albeit, this boy is putting up 50 burgers. Shea SGA is putting up 50 burgers, bro. So, like, he's averaging, what, 32.5, 6 assists, and 5 rebounds. That's beautiful, but with Jokic averaging 30, 10, and 12, I'm sorry. If you're in second place, I don't know what to say. Voter fatigue or no voter fatigue, you know that if he's not number one, he's going to be number two on the MVP voting, and it's going to be a close race. I think the point system should be leaning in Jokic's favor right now because I don't under I don't know. That's it. I don't know what else to say.
With the standings, you got to put him as the MVP, and I think that's the thing that's frustrating. I don't say it's frustrating as in like, oh, like Joker doesn't deserve it, but it's like, guys, like the dominance, in the West, the dominance in the league of this guy. Y'all can't stop him. Like, this man's been averaging a triple double, hovering around a triple double you know what I'm saying, for the last 5 years.
Yep.
Y'all can't stop him.
Yeah.
Y'all can't stop him. I mean, listen, that's why he's the Joker. It's SGA to lose. Like,
Yeah.
if FGA loses it, it's because he didn't ramp it up in these last 27 games. He can't stay the same and be like, oh yeah, he gotta bust up a couple of them numbers a little bit. You gotta boost them up because it looked like Joker winning another one. Is that 4? Would that be number 4 for
Number
him?
4.
Four time. We waiting for the
Number
5 time.
4.
5 time.
And even that year, remember that Embiid won it? People was like, it's voter fatigue.
Right.
It is. It's like, I mean, it does get to it. Even though
So
Embiid
that was the
that
MVP
year.
because I saw. I'm looking at his stats right now. He got second place, and I'm like, who won MVP that year? Embiid
Yeah, I
won
feel like
that year.
Embiid did have
But
a
he had a
great
good
year
year.
that year. But
Yes, he did.
yeah, I mean, shout out to Giannis. He just ain't played enough games. He missed too many games, and he probably ain't gonna make it there.
Yeah.
And then shout out to Tatum, right, as well. Like, great year, but it's just not like eye-popping stats enough, like Luka level, Jokic level stats that like is gonna propel you, and your team is just hella good. So
Yeah.
you know what I mean? I mean, shout out to them, to all them.
I think if he had a couple more assists, a couple more rebounds, maybe. But yeah, this just
Yeah.
Jokic is too good right now. The numbers are crazy.
Nice.
I wanted to revisit one other question with y'all because some episodes back, you know, we talked about the teams that was on the periphery of the playoff picture.
Right.
The 12 seeds, 11 seeds, and 10, 9 seeds, the people who are just in the play-in. If y'all had any thoughts on, you know, who might slip in, who might fall out, because I remember, you know, going through the West and East, and even myself personally, I had the feeling that Golden State was on their way out and wouldn't make the playoffs. Well, I would like to hear what you guys have to say now, if you have any updated thoughts, because looking at the standings and with some of the recent moves, of course, Jimmy Butler landing on Golden State, I really think has made a big difference in my outlook. Like, I do think that the Golden State Warriors will now secure one of those, a play-in, or if not, maybe even can get up to the 7th seed, 6th seed. Who knows? I want to know what the thoughts on Dallas. Like, Kyrie's playing well, but AD with the adductor strain. Like, what do y'all think on like these? You know, any ideas on how this playoff picture gonna look?
See, I felt as though, you know, Dallas was going to be able to make a move. I thought even Phoenix, San Antonio was going to be able to do something. But I do think, kind of like what Mikey, what you were saying, I'm looking at the standings right now, and I'm really liking the Warriors as well. I mean, I think my Lakers sitting at 5. I think we're going to be easily not being in the play-in. I feel like we're going to secure a slot. I think the Warriors can slide into that 6th spot and bust out the Clippers. Dallas, guys. I know I really loved Dallas in the beginning of the season. I felt like even with this trade with AD, it was going to be great. But you got Gafford, you got Lively, you got AD all hurt.
Yeah.
So, you know what I mean?
Yeah, all the big guys are out.
Yeah, a lot of all 3. So it's like a lot, you know what I mean? It's, you know, a great trade for, you know, my Los Angeles Lakers because we rest, you know, my boy Luka for a little bit. We rest LeBron for a little bit. We might be able to be chilling in that 5 spot. You know what I mean? We might even hit the 4 with the Rockets. But I don't know. I mean, on the West for sure, I'm thinking I like the Lakers and I like the Warriors. On the East, I don't know. We got to talk about that. I don't know.
I have I have like this take right now. I'm about to say here. I am going all in on the San Antonio Spurs, and they're gonna take this playoff spot. Maybe maybe take the
Really?
8th. Yeah, because right now, well, no, we have to see, of course, but I'm really excited for this De'Aaron Fox and Victor.
Yeah.
This new addition here really adds a spark to Victor, and I feel like even for Stephon Castle, he had his kind of highlight moment, kind of time, even playing in the All-Star game and the dunk contest. And I feel like Harrison Barnes too, he needs a little more time, but they have a good young squad they can really mesh around, and I'm very excited. I know they're 23 and 29.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're pretty much in the 10th and 12th spot, but yeah, I
Yeah.
can see them. I
Tough.
can see Dallas falling a little bit, and maybe Spurs are going up on that.
They got to be on a
I
win
agree
streak.
with you
Yo,
that Dallas could fall, but I think that the Suns are more likely to take the spot in that case
Mm,
than the Spurs. I just don't. I
mm,
think the Spurs move is good long term. I'm not sure if we're going to see immediate results this year just because it's so late in the year.
I see.
mm, mm.
Mm.
But what about the East? Because in my mind, I'm surprised that the 76ers haven't been able to get this thing together.
Paul
I'm
George hasn't
surprised at
been
how bad. Yeah, bro. I
performing
feel like
though.
PG has been having a tough year. This dude is no Maxi, no Embiid the other day, and this boy still scored like 2 points. I was like, wow.
Yeah,
Like,
no,
I mean,
he's
tough, man.
The process, I believe, is officially over, guys.
Yeah.
Everybody was saying trust the process. Everybody was saying that, what I'm saying, Philly, blah, blah, blah,
I,
blah. The offseason signs, it's over.
they
The
trusted the
process,
process. They just
and
ran into the Celtics every year
it blew in their face. That's what
in the
happened.
in the playoffs. That's it.
It blew
They
in their
had one
face.
chance when they went up 3-2, that one series. They went up 3-2, remember? And every time Tatum went down 3-2, he always came
No
through
matter what.
clutch.
No
So,
matter what. I mean, yeah, I feel bad. I feel like, Philly is if I was a Philadelphia 76ers fan, I feel like I would be gouging my eyes out because I feel like the wasted opportunities, wasted money, signing old players who are hurt. It's like the the Tin Man, you know what I'm saying, down in Philly, Glass Man pretty much, because everybody can't stay healthy. You know what I mean? Got their bones made of aluminum. It's ridiculous. I don't know. I
you
don't
know
know.
what though? I will give y'all a bold prediction. I think Philly is taking Chicago's playoff spot there. And I
Oh,
also think that Philly could make a little bit of noise in the play-in tournament, not in a deep playoff run. I am guessing that the same like second round, I think the top four of the Eastern Conference is exactly where I would predict the series to go because I think Indiana knows how to play like a team and have turned it around after a bad start. The Knicks know how to play like a team. The Celtics know how to play like a team, and the Cavaliers know how to play like a team. The Bucks is hot and cold and is too big for their own good
yep,
Yep.
sometimes.
yep.
The Pistons is too young. And then the Magic fell apart after Paulo was injured for all that time, and he's back. But
Trying to put it back together, but it's
I trust
tough.
the Hawks to be more of like
Oh
the.
yeah,
I don't think that the Heat is going to be that 8 seed threat. I think the 76ers, if they can stay healthy, with a healthy Embiid, a healthy Paul George, a healthy
Maxi.
Maxi,
Yeah,
and role players have more chance of making a run than, the 10 through 5 spots right now. So we'll see, I guess,
yeah.
right?
I agree with that take. Yeah, Paul George right now he hasn't been performing, but yeah, we still got 27 games left, and I feel like in terms of Paul George's mind right now, it's just let's start from here. It's a clean slate. Second half. Well, not really second half, but All-Star break. So these guys are coming off rest, but let's see. That 2 point coming off that 2 points for PG is not what you want. But in terms of on paper, if everyone's healthy in that Sixers team, they can definitely take that 10 to that play-in tournament and overcome the Chicago Bulls because that team also needs some help too.
Shambles. Shambles.
So many teams in shambles.
Mm.
No.
Yeah.
Well, NBA is about to roll back around Wednesday because the Lakers and Hornets rescheduled game will start Wednesday. And
Oh,
then, because typically it would be the following Thursday,
Thursday. Yeah.
but because that rescheduled game due to the wildfires in California, in Los
Oh,
Angeles, they will roll back around Wednesday, guys. So
sounds
basketball
good.
back Wednesday, and then for the rest of the league, Thursday.
NBA.
Sounds
Um,
good.
as we wind down tonight, I wanted to quickly. I know, like Sam, you had some some trade talks to talk about over here.
Yes, sir.
Camden, I
Yes,
know you will relish
sir.
every opportunity to talk NFL that we have now that the
Listen,
season's over. So
any moment, any second, any time, we talking NFL, and my GM Sam coming to
Yes,
build.
sir. Yes, sir.
I'm with that. So let's pop in, GM Sam. We talking a little NFL. We speaking a little NFL.
Super Bowl 59 is completely finished. NFL season comes to an end, and you know what time it is. It's going to be coming to NFL hot stove, guys. MLB hot stove came to an end too, but now the start of the trade rumors and some free agent rumors going on in NFL. And we got the Los Angeles Rams. They're trying to trade Cooper Kupp away. Former Triple Crown champion. And also I heard they might trade away Stafford. And I saw some trade destinations for Kupp where it was like Patriots, Chargers, Steelers, Broncos. So I feel like, some crazy teams that can definitely make a difference. I want to talk about this too. There's a few players that I want to talk about too here, but Cooper Kupp, guys. I mean, this guy's dynamic, and if he's healthy, he can definitely give you some damage. What do you think?
You said a key word. You said dynamic.
Yeah.
Is a difference. We're gonna change it to is.
Okay.
He was.
Okay.
He was dynamic. Listen,
Okay.
if you saw Cooper Kupp over the last couple games of the season this past year, the man definitely lost a step. Puka Nacua is getting 12 catches on 17 targets. Cooper is getting two targets, 1 catch. Why? Because the man can't get any separation. I think he has some big times when he's at home on that turf. He already knows Matthew Stafford pretty well. But I do think that this is his last. He played his last down for the Los Angeles Rams for sure. I don't understand why Stafford's on the trading block. I mean, you could send them both to New Orleans. That would be kind of nice. You know what I mean? Maybe a little different change of situation, change of scenery in a dome. You know what I mean? But I do feel like we've talked about and many times in this show, older players hate the cold. If I'm Cooper Kupp or Matthew Stafford living in Los Angeles for the last couple years, I'm not trying to go there. Send me somewhere else. Send me somewhere warm, somewhere where I could chill. Maybe.
You know what I heard? Some rumors for Kupp and Stafford both was that the New York Giants, because they looking to bolster that lineup, and they got the draft picks. Like, dude, Patriots do not touch Cooper Kupp. If you can't sign T. Higgins as a free agent, which is different, I know it's not a trade rumor, but if they can't sign T. Higgins, then maybe we can talk about Cooper Kupp. But don't trade away that number 4 pick for Cooper Kupp. No way. Maybe a second rounder and like a little like cash consideration. I don't know. Maybe a second rounder and a third rounder, and we get Kupp and a 4th rounder. Because like he ain't worth that much. What would you give? I would say he's a second rounder to me. I would give a second round pick for Cooper Kupp.
Second round pick. I'd give a 3rd round pick, maybe a 4th.
Okay.
A 5th.
That's fine. I'm fine with that. A 3rd and a 5th, and we get Cooper in a 4th or something. I wouldn't give you even 2 picks for him. Honestly, I'd rather take a shot on like a wide receiver out of college that's younger. But it depends to what we're looking for, because maybe Vrabel and Drake May are like, I'm not sure what sort of wide receiver we're looking for. I would rather a T. Higgins versus a Cooper Kupp, because Cooper Kupp remind me a little bit of like Amari Cooper, but Cooper is like is coming off a healthy year, right? I feel like Coop could be a good fit because he's a good route runner, good locker room guy, good for the younger home guys, because we got some young talent on the Patriots from the wide receiver position. It's just no one can separate themselves. Maybe they need to like see the work ethic of someone like Cooper Kupp. I just don't think I would give up a lot for him.
Yeah, just two old guys. I think they hit their precipice at the end of the day when they won that Super Bowl. I think even this last year, I think it was like, hey, let's run it back one more time. If I'm the New England Patriots, I'm staying away from Cooper Kupp. If I'm a fantasy owner, I'm staying away from Cooper Kupp. I am not with it. I think his ship has sailed.
So basically,
maybe.
Cooper Kupp, if the team gets Cooper Kupp, he has 2 years left of his contract, and he's owed $29 million this year and $27 million next year.
You're out
Way
your
too much.
freaking mind.
Way too much.
Out your mind for that old dude.
Also,
Cut
for
him.
Stafford, though, If Stafford gets to a new team, he is owed 49 million and 53 million those next 2 years, and he's a free agent.
Restructure.
So yeah.
Yeah,
I'd be
that's
restructuring.
exactly that's what's gonna happen. I feel like because you're not gonna pay him.
That's a
No
lot of
one's gonna
money.
pay him that much, I don't think, because he ain't doing it. I mean, Stafford had some good vintage performances last year, but the sustained success was more because of, in my opinion, was the McVay system of letting Kyron Williams run that
Running back.
ball and
Mm-hmm.
great play calling and play design, and then defensive rookie of the year candidates. Jared Verse, the actual defensive rookie of the
Yep.
year. The nose tackle, I forget his name right now, also a candidate for rookie of the year. Good corners. It was really like good ball play, not Stafford and
Cut.
Cooper Kupp no more. It
Mm.
was
I'm not
our
paying.
boy Puka. When
I'm
Puka
not
was
paying.
on the fields, that boy caught
Yes.
anything that was in his vicinity. So,
No.
Speaking of
50.
quarterback and wide receiver, we saw Aaron
yep.
Rodgers and Devontae Adams part ways with the New York Jets. Where do you guys think they would kind of land? You know, some good spots for them. What do you guys think?
Well, the New York Jets informed Aaron Rodgers that your key card is no longer active after they had a nice one-on-one meeting asking him, are you still going to be on the Pat McAfee show? Are you still going to be doing this? Are you still going to be doing that? They kind of laid down the gauntlet for this boy, and he said, you know what? It's not worth it. And the Jets said, you're not worth it. I think Devontae still has a lot of, gas in the tank. Aaron need to go somewhere where he's appreciated. I don't know. Maybe he needs to stay in New York and go with the Giants. Maybe he needs to go down to, I don't know, Tennessee. But I just feel as though Rodgers put a bad taste in the Jets' mouth, put a bad taste in the NFL's mouth in the league. I think he's just damaged goods at this point. Not in terms of not being able to play, but in terms of a locker room. And I saw Devontae on Receivers on Netflix. I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know if I want him on the Patriots, but maybe somewhere. Would we want him there, Mikey? Would you take Devontae Adams? 15 million,
Um,
2 year, $30 million contract.
I mean, I wouldn't be against taking Devontae, to be honest, at this time. I think that Devontae Adams has still got some gas in the tank. I just don't think that Aaron Rodgers is in the same boat. I feel like he wants to have one more hurrah like Brady had.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it feels like. He wants one last like good run like Brady did. And it's like, bro, if you didn't tear that Achilles in the first drive 2 years ago, I think it'd be a different story, right? I think he's still a good quarterback, like good enough to play. I just don't. I'm not seeing like a great landing spot for him. Devontae though, for the right price, I'll pay that price that Cooper Cup has. I'll pay that Cooper Cup price for Devontae Adams. I'd rather take a risk on Devontae if we paying that sort of premium.
Okay.
That's
Okay.
what I would rather pay that price. So,
How,
did you
sorry.
see the odds of where Aaron Rodgers, they're saying like of some of the teams that he might land on right now?
What do you
Because
think?
well, they're saying Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh is a big because they got what? Russ and Justin Fields, who
Right. Right.
was kind of used in that dual situation. Like, I feel like I'm not sure they really have
You
a strong confidence in either of them.
Aaron Rodgers to the Pittsburgh Steelers, I feel like the Rooney's just wouldn't want him as this type of. I mean, it's a big name splash, and like it would sound good for tickets, but I feel like the Rooney's don't like divas like that. They got rid of Antonio Brown. They got rid of a lot of these other guys. Priest
Yeah.
Holmes. There's just situations where they're like, listen, like we don't like divas at the end
Yeah,
of the
but
day.
he's
So
like, I feel like he's in his like old man era now of like, you know what I mean? I'm not sure it's like I don't know if I'd say diva as much as like I'd say like he definitely indulges in like the podcasts with Joe Rogan of it all and the dark rooms, right? In these modern holistics. But one last place, how about with Shanahan? Because Brock Purdy is still on that rookie contract and there's
that
no
would
news of this extension yet. They got to pay him a
Ooh.
lot of
that would be
money.
that would be
1
nice.
year. Listen, they could just say, shoot, let's take Rodgers for a year, maybe right now.
Oh, try
As,
him out.
as
Why not?
yeah, Or
I
one of
would
these trash teams. I think a trash team should give him the bag if they want, just for 30 milli, like Rodgers, 25 milli, maybe 20, 25,
That's
30,
not bad.
like the Titans, the Raiders. Like you just need a decent quarterback.
need somebody. I mean, I would love to see him at San Francisco. I mean, coming back, Cali boy, that would be Liddy
Oh, he from
McGritty.
Cali? Oh, snap.
He
Okay.
is from Cali, so
Okay, I like that.
it'd be nice, big, you know what I'm saying?
Good
And I
weather,
think
good weather.
good. That's what I'm saying. And guys, I don't trust Purdy with my dog, and I don't even got a dog. That's how you know I don't trust Purdy at
You
all.
think
You know what I'm
Devontae would
saying? So
follow Aaron Rodgers, though, to 49ers then?
I mean, Devontae Kittle, Debo's getting ready to leave. Ayuk is hurt, but he's coming back. I mean, imagine Devontae, Rodgers,
Mm-hmm.
Ayuk. You know what I mean?
Dangerous.
You could be dangerous. Could be
Trade him
dangerous.
to the Rams. Trade him to the Rams for Stafford.
Mm, just
Y'all
swapping
they could
QBs.
flip flop, yeah.
Just swapping QBs.
They could flip flop. Let Garrett Wilson play with Stafford. Stafford's always good if he has a number one, because that boy just he knows how to connect with his number one.
Yep.
Yeah, he knows how to get busy with his number one wide receiver. So
Yes, sir.
yeah, it will be interesting.
Yeah, yeah. We'll see. We'll see. I mean, listen, one guy,
Yep.
one man
Who we
that is
talking about?
holding the keys to the kingdom when it comes to the AFC. I
Oh.
never thought I'd say this. T. Higgins.
Oh.
He is a free agent. What is gonna happen? Are the Bengals gonna franchise tag him? And they're gonna try to run it back one more time? Is he going to the Patriots? Is he going to San Francisco? He said, and I quote from the IG, priorities are few. Talent is everywhere.
Oh.
So I'm just wondering what is happening, because did he play his last down for the Cincinnati Bengals, or are we running it back one more time? Is the Cincinnati Bengals gonna franchise this boy one more time for $22 million?
That's the rumors. The rumors is that they're gonna use the franchise tag on him. Again, if they think they can get the deal done with him, though, because I feel like if they don't think they can get the deal done with him, it's not worth it. He would get paid 120% of last year's salary.
Yep.
So that would be over $26 million for 1 year. It's not a good rental, because if he does get hurt, then you out a bag. That's a lot of money. And you might as well just try to, if you don't think you can come to a long-term contract with him, you might want to just try to find something else now, right? Sometimes it's better to move on. I think, if I'm gonna guess, the Patriots got the bag for him if he goes to free agency, and we're getting him for no doubt. But the rumors are that the Bengals are gonna put the franchise tag on Higgins for a second consecutive year, but they want the long-term deal. So
basically, so basically Cincinnati's 2-week window for this franchise tag opens tomorrow, February 18th. And if they do put him in the tag, they have until July 15th to work out an extension with Higgins. So they do have the time, but like Mikey said, it is a rental, and it is $26.2 million, 120% more of his last season's salary. But I mean, we're talking about Jamar Chase coming off a triple crown here. And I feel like Joe Burrow, of course, having T. Higgins would be lovely for him to add those guns in his, offense. But I feel like if I was T. Higgins, I'm a bounce. I'm gonna try to find a new team. I'm gonna try to find a new home. This is my time for free agency. This is like, any athlete's kind of dream, quote unquote, to like test out the market and like kind of see who loves me, who would treat me the best, right? So I feel like if I was T. Higgins, I'm going and getting that bag.
The thing is, they have the power. They have a power though here, because if they put so apparently this, I'm just reviewing real quick right now.
Yeah.
They're going to use the non-exclusive franchise tag, which means that suitors can offer T. Higgins a contract, and the Bengals are entitled to match the contract, or they can let him walk in exchange for draft compensation.
Ah, gotcha.
So it will be interesting to see I think that means the Bengals are ready to go all in on him then.
Yeah,
I mean,
I think they really
we'll know
want him.
quick.
I
We'll
think they
know
really want
quick
him.
because March 4th is the deadline there.
Yeah.
How
For
much?
the
How much would we give T Higgins? If you're the Cincinnati Bengals, how much are you giving them that? And then if you're a free agent team, how much are you offering?
I mean,
Full year.
4
120.
year. Woo!
30 a year. Full
yeah,
year.
I don't disagree.
I'll give him that much. Full year.
If you're the Bengals or just a free agent.
Oh,
That's what
free agent
free
contract.
agent.
Bengals maybe like 32 million and a little extra. Because
A
it's
little
Yeah.
back at
extra.
home, yeah. 32 each, so it'll be like what? 32, it was 120, so 128. Let's get it.
128.
Yep.
4 years, 128.
Yep. If I was the Bengals, and then 4 year 120 for if you're a Patriot or something.
Yeah, I mean,
Listen,
if
man.
Ayuk got the 30, right,
Yeah.
then why wouldn't
Yeah.
T. Higgins get the same thing? I feel like, right?
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah, I
100%.
totally agree.
So I'll be
I want him
interested
to
to
the
see.
Patriots. I need him
Yeah.
to.
That would be
That would
crazy,
be-
guys.
Keep the 4th pick. Pick up T Higgins. Give up some
Yeah.
compensatory job picks. Y'all can have a 4th round pick. Y'all, it's all right. No problem.
What last one? I got one more.
All right,
Unless
word.
y'all have more on your list, but I got one more.
Talk to me.
Where's Sam Darnold playing next year?
Wow. That's a very good question.
Right? You resigning him?
No,
JJ McCarthy's waiting, bro.
No.
You know,
no. I say you sign. I say you send him. Send him to Miami. That's what I say.
Oh,
see.
Miami.
I'd
yeah,
send him
but
to
Miami doesn't want a quarterback though. They're not gonna.
They need to get rid of Tua. Tua's not about it.
Yeah, but
I'm
that's
telling
not in their plans though. Like that's not. I mean, it would be an interesting fit. I would like to see him play with Tyreek. I ain't gonna lie, but like realistically, that they're not gonna. He's not gonna go there, bro. You know what I
I
mean?
think Tua only got a couple more left on his deal. I sign him to a 1 year. See what's up. I mean, even
True. I feel like it wouldn't be bad for him to wait there as well, like to stay in Minnesota. It doesn't hurt. Or if it's like if I'm one of these top teams, like the Patriots, we don't need a quarterback
QB,
now,
yeah.
right? Because we got Drake May. But had we been sitting on Jacoby Brissett and Drake May was trash all last year, I wouldn't be opposed to sending the 4th overall pick if you're not sold on, if you know Cam Ward ain't gonna be sitting there, right? Maybe Shador will be sitting there at the 4. Maybe the Tennessee Titans or the Giants don't feel comfortable with these quarterbacks right now. Maybe you just trade that pick and you take Sam Darnold and some other compensation. I don't know, and like a later
you
draft
tag-
pick. Yeah,
would you
trade
tag
that.
Sam or and something like that? Would you tag
That's
him
a-
for 1 year?
That's a lot of money for someone that if you're not going to start him, if you're going to start JJ, you got to just move on, right?
Because at least if someone offers him a better deal, you at least get you at least get draft compensation. Do you know what I'm saying? If we maybe I'm just, I mean, I think in terms of the Minnesota Vikings, the window is very, very small. So I would sign Sam, trade JJ, get a better draft pick, and kind of just say, hey, like, let's just see what happens. But yeah, they invested a 3rd round pick on. I mean, a 1st round pick, 3rd overall pick on JJ McCartney. Sam Darnold's leaving. He's leaving. I don't know where he's going. I don't know if he's going to Tennessee. You know what I mean? I don't know if maybe Arizona because I heard Kyler Murray might be leaving. But yeah, he's going somewhere.
Tennessee got the 1st pick, right?
I think so.
So
Yeah.
I don't think Tennessee might be interested in Sam. They might just get that quarterback.
Yeah, Cam
No,
Ward.
I mean, you think they take Cam Ward first?
Well, what? It's either him or Shador. Who are you taking? I mean,
I take Cam Ward over Shador for sure, but I'm just saying.
I feel like
don't
for
know.
Sam Darnold, I want him to go to the Giants, but I don't know if he wants to go back to New York in general. Or Pittsburgh might be a pretty cool destination. Because right now we see that Russell Wilson and what's his name? Justin Fields don't have a 2025 contract yet. So, I don't know. I feel like in the Steelers will be pretty cool too to see if they give him a nice, decent contract there. Pretty cool weapons there. Re-signing, I don't see it happening in Minnesota for me. he's gonna leave, but I would like to see him in the Giants to see with him Najee. But Pittsburgh will be a pretty cool stuff for him, in my opinion.
We'll see what happens.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens. We got a couple more months to the draft.
Oh,
You know what I'm saying? And we'll know a little bit of what's happening. Because,
Yeah.
listen, we got big draft coming. Big year in the NFL. We got big free agency news today. I tell you, I'm so excited. GM Sam is on another one. I always love when GM Sam is in the building because I get the extra information.
Yes,
you
sir.
know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Is there anything else that we got going down tonight? Is you know what I'm saying? What's the plizzy? What's the plan?
I
You know what
think
I'm saying?
in my notes right now, I think we pretty got everything right now. What about you, Mikey? What you got?
I think that's it. I will say I'm excited to come back a little later this week and we can talk a little bit more. A little news that came out the tennis world that I wanted to talk to y'all about because it's a sport we haven't hit on very much. Definitely ready to talk some UFC with y'all because, you know, by the end of 2025, I will make sure that the MSD platform that y'all are well versed in, you know, y'all ready for UFC when I'm back there on the West Coast because that's about to be our weekly happening. So
Let them know.
get ready. I think it's been a great night though. I'm excited, y'all.
One thing I want to say is it came out recently in social media by Mikey's fiance, but our MSD host Michael John DeStefano has been officially engaged. Everybody, congratulations, Mikey! Congratulations, MSD Sports says congratulations, my brother.
Thank you, Sam.
You want it, then you gotta put a ring on it.
Love my guys. Love my guys. I gotta love my lady. So y'all know what it is.
Sir, we are so happy for you, my brother. And yes, sir, MSD Sports, episode 18. It was a blast. RCR MSD Sports. You can find us out in Spotify, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, YouTube, Instagram, you name it. Everywhere you like. And my name is Sam at YBK up in here. And we got Michael John at Michael John DeStefano. And we got Camden at Mr. Club Paradise. And that was MSD Sports episode 18, everybody. We'll see you guys next pod. Peace.
Peace.